Jared, hit me with that flurry.
I've been for weeks saying the ELO system. They have a system, math system they use to rank chess players. I've been saying it over and over and over again. I saw a meme with points next to the fighters' names. Floyd Mayweather's on top. Then Manny and Muhammad Ali was in there. And I'm like, 1,088 points or whatever. They've all got points next to them. And I'm like, where did this come from? It was on a website, BoxRec, which we're both fairly familiar with. I went into that ranking system. That system starts with ELO. And then some jackhole came in and decided we should put in a little caveat for how much the person won by. So this is a dominant performance and this is a close fight. So they have 3 different levels, but it starts as just math. So it really is the closest thing we have. So we look at this fight with Navarrete at 27-1 and Divaca's 20-0. And we say, here's an undefeated fighter fighting the champ. We go into the rankings. We find Navarrete right there at number 1 with 502 points. 502 points something, right? But number 1 in his weight class. Out of 2,000... 1,500, however many guys that have fought in that weight class professionally, he's number 1. He's the champ. We've got the right guy. And then I tried to find the guy he's fighting, Divaca. Divaca had 12 point something points, and I found him at number 144.
Dang.
So you're telling me there's 142 guys in his weight class that have more right to fight him for that belt based on the math than this guy. And they're 2 weight classes away. So he's this guy's coming down to fight him. So he's fighting kind of a bigger guy. That's the one thing you kind of have to put in there. But in those 3 weight classes, if one's number 1, the other one's 144, we have potentially, 500 guys that should be fighting for that belt and aren't, because this guy has, you said the guys he beat above 500, but what does that mean? This math takes into account what that means, and when every win is stacked up, all of his 20 wins, and you take the point totals he gets for beating those guys, you end up with 12. And the guy he's fighting has 502.
That's crazy.
And those are the numbers that I want attached to these guys' names, so that the average fan doesn't walk in, say 27-1 versus 20-0. Looks good to me. Let's see what happens. They walk in and see number 1 versus 144. 501 versus 12, and understand that Divaca does not deserve this shot, does not belong in there in the ring with this guy. I hope he beats him, because I'm kind of an underdog guy, but and he's 20-0. You can't know. But should you jump from 144th to go and fight the champion? No. And the math, if we've got math behind these numbers, we should be using it. And that's all I've argued from the beginning, is the ELO system is mathematic, takes into account whether you won or lost. Now, if the judges messed it up, fine, whatever. But in basketball scores, when you look at the record, you don't say, well, they won all those games by 40 points. And these guys only won their games by 2. It doesn't matter. You win by a point. You won the game. You move on in the tournament. You're the winner. We have to dissect the problems in judging separately from the problems in ranking, separately from the problems in scoring, and if this will fix the problems in rankings, so that we know that Navarrete's next title fight as the number 1 champion of his weight class in the whole world is the 144th ranked guy. We're going to be looking at the promoters funny. We're going to be asking the questions we should ask about our sport. That's it. Thank you.
That makes it. Yeah, I mean, also you got to take into account if Divaca's coming down.
Yeah,
the weight issue.
Yeah, but this is a habit. This consistently happens. I really hammered on a guy named Ricardo Nunes And there was a fight the week after that. I can't bring up the guy's name right now, but as I am Devaka here, and it's not so much to trash those guys. I can't stand saying bums and tomato cans, but at the end of the day, you can only say this guy's on a different level from this guy in so many different ways, you know? And then you start going, okay, well, this guy sucks. Why is he fighting him? And it's not that Devaka sucks. It's that he's the 144th ranked guy out of 2,000 and doesn't get a title shot against number one. Yes, you have to take into account that he's coming down. But why is he coming down? Because he's getting a title shot. There's a whole list of guys in this guy's weight class that he could be fighting. You're basically cherry picking out of another weight class. And they're not stripping the belt for this fight because they ordered this fight.
Yeah.
The guy's 20-0. How are you 2 weight classes away? 144th ranked in your weight class and a mandatory opponent for the champion. Somebody explain that to me.
It's absurd.
Doesn't make any sense. It's bogus. Yeah. And frustrating to be that's the one fight we have to preview, the one fight with some big name implications. It's a title fight and the champion's fighting, but the guy he's fighting is nowhere even on the radar. It took me 20 minutes to find this, scrolling down through 142 other names between him and the guy that he's fighting. And it's not safe.
Yeah.
On some level, it's just not even safe.
Earlier in the show, we were talking about how great boxing is right now. It's this stuff that is killing it. It's this stuff that's hurting it. You have these great fighters. These great fighters need to fight other great fighters.
Yeah.
Not this guy.
Yeah, let's get the math in there and make boxing what it should be. What it really, I mean, there's a lot of potential here if we can cut out the politics and the garbage that's coming along with it.
You're right.